19th meeting of the Paducah Planning and Zoning Commission to order and ask that you stand with us as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse you. Thank you. Mr. Summer, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Benberry, Mr. Bradford.
Here.
Mr. Morrison.
Here.
Shrimke. Mr. Shadle.
Here.
Mr. Wade.
Here.
Chair Crecilius.
Here. Mr. Wade, you have the minutes motion?
Yes, I move that the reading of the minutes for the December 5, 2016 meeting be waived and that the minutes of said meeting as prepared by the secretary be approved as written. Second.
Second by Mr. Bradford. Any corrections, changes? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Wade.
Aye.
Mr. Bradford.
Aye.
Mr. Morrison.
Aye.
Mr. Shadle.
Aye.
Chair Crecilius.
Aye. Mr. Shuttle, you have the Falconite Hip Enterprises item, please.
Yes, I do. I move that this commission receive and file the application of Falconite Hip Enterprises LLC for the proposed re-subdivision of property located at 3274, 3276, 3278, and 3280 Mallard Circle. I further move that the requested approval be given in compliance with all applicable provisions of the Paducah subdivision ordinance be waived.
Second.
Second by Morrison.
A little bit of background on this. This is a mirror image of a condominium unit that's already been approved back behind Coles. It was approved in November. This building's already built. They're just asking to put the property lines in to establish the condominium units. Spoke with fire prevention. There's no problems with building permits, and Mr. Turner's here to answer any other questions you might have.
Does anyone have any questions or comments?
You may.
Do you have any questions? Okay. Call the roll, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Shadle.
Aye.
Mr. Wade.
Aye.
Mr. Bradford.
Aye.
Mr. Morrison.
Aye.
Chair Crecilius.
Aye. The Greenway Village LLC item has been pulled from the agenda. They're going to present that at a later time. So moving along, Mr. Morrison, I believe you have the Richard and Shalene Tapp and Rick Bonds waiver of subdivision.
Yes, ma'am. I move that this commission receive and file the application of Richard and Shalene Tapp and Rick Bonds for the proposed re-subdivision of property located at 2626 and 2640 H.C. Mathis Drive and 675 North 25th Street. Further move that the requested approval be given in compliance with all other applicable provisions of the Paducah subdivision ordinance be waived.
Second.
Second by Shadle.
This is just moving to the east a property line for the car lot that exists now, and it's dividing the remainder of the tract into two 1.13 acre parcels. Both are for future development. Mr. Gardner's here to answer any further questions you might have.
I could barely find that place. With this 28th Street and H.C. Mathis, I was all over the place when I looked at it the other day. Found out that I sold that piece of property where the car lot was about 25 years ago. I didn't recognize it. That was difficult to find for me.
The track one you see is going to be purchased by Newcomb Realty. That's where the five-star restaurant is, and then, not restaurant, but everything, gas and Minute Mart. And then the other track is where the speed wash is. That's a car wash, and track two will go with it on the corner there. And then Richard Tapp and Mr. Bonds are just enlarging they got a car lot there on track A that we called it, so they're just enlarging it to make sure they get all their improvements on there. They've got cars and asphalt and fence everywhere, so we had to kind of move it to make sure they got clear of everything.
We do have the revised plat.
He's brought it, Mr. Gardner's
I've
brought
got
it
it.
with him.
Yeah, we've added the addresses and
Mike, was 8C Mathis Drive at one time known as 28th Street? Is that why you have 28th Street there?
I guess so. That's what I think the old right-of-way plans
That's
had on
where
there.
my confusion was. I looked at that, and I kept, something's wrong here.
Yeah, because I always remembered it as 28th going all the way to Noble Park.
Exactly, it goes right there.
exactly.
Yeah, so,
And the North 27th, you try to pull up a number, and it's just,
yeah.
it's almost impossible.
That's what the old right-of-way plans
Yeah.
showed before they put that in. This was where they cut through H.C. Mathis Drive, because everything used to be square out there before they put in that,
Cut it through to
That
connect to
curve.
Brookport.
they did.
It was the bridge before.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my memory is probably flawed, but it seems like I recall at least what's now going to be tracked to was R3. Or is this all R3, or you know what the zoning is?
It's B3.
Is it B3?
Just south of there in the alley is all residential.
Right.
From everything behind there.
I just was curious if we were going to see this back in because of some of that, but not if it's B3.
And will they be doing screening?
I don't know. I haven't seen any development plans.
Okay.
So I don't know what the car wash is doing, but I'm sure Newcomb Realty, I mean, we've worked for them before. They build all the 5-stars. I'm sure they're just enlarging what they already have. Whether they'll put in something along the alley, I'm not for sure. We're not working for them right now, so I haven't seen any kind of development plan for them or the car wash either. Other than they're just gonna buy this for future development, so I'm not sure.
Does that answer your question?
Sure.
Excuse me, Mike. When a development plan is submitted, they will be required on that lot to screen per the existing zoning regulations to the rear of that lot. That's usually reviewed internally at the time they submit that plan. But it'll have to be some type of screening that's at least 80% opaque, so.
Great, thank you. Any other comments, questions? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Morrison,
Aye.
Mr. Shadle,
Aye.
Mr. Wade,
Aye.
Mr. Bradford,
Aye.
Chair Casillas.
Aye. If there is no other business to come before the commission tonight, we stand adjourned. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.